Here we go. We got both these players for their first time on the SWC stage. GAB versus MINISHINI starting us off on day one of the SWC 2024 America's Prelims. Stoic and Thompson, take it away.
Woo! Here we go, guys. GAB versus MINISHINI. This is our round one, our very first match, kicking off America's Cup Prelims right here. Pre-bans getting locked in now.
I'm hoping to see a BO5 and Gianna ban. Oh, BO5 and Laura is as good. This way, both of them aren't that comfortable.
Well, let's see what happens. We've got that first pick on the right side of the field. GAB, he's going to be potentially taking something away, or maybe even showcasing the direction he's going to take his draft.
Scar first pick's a great pick. Now MINISHINI can either take one of the speed lead, as in Chandra, away, and Bella.
Ooh, we're showcasing a Wedgette here, 24 speed lead. With that Velajewel, GAB is just locking in that Chandra and a Juno. Interesting.
I kind of disagree giving GAB the Chandra, but MINISHINI just has too many tools and options.
Yeah, that might be the case there, but looks like Julien is going to make it in here with the Hagang being drafted by MINISHINI.
Hagang is going to be such a force ban with all these immunities and defense buffs coming from Wedgette and Bella.
Oh, most definitely. See what GAB's going to wrap up his draft after seeing that Light, Vampire, and Hagang. I think GAB might need a little bit more damage, something a little threatening on the side of GAB, and it looks like Gabsu might be one of those units he's going to bring here. And the Bella!
Interesting to know he drafted Gapsu, which is really a force ban MINISHINI has to be worried about, because Gapsu both counters Wedgette, Bella, and also Julien.
There's a lot of sustain on the side of MINISHINI, giving Gapsu lots of room there to gain plenty of attack bar. Let's see what this last unit can be from MINISHINI. He's running out of time here.
Yeah, MINISHINI could absolutely just pick a healer and ban the Gapsu.
Oof. Is that what happened? Are we just seeing an ADA right now with a Gapsu ban? I think you are right. Hagang's kind of dangerous. Gapsu kind of dangerous. Oh my god, we're going to see a Bella and Julien ban.
Yeah, Gapsu's going to put in a lot of work this game, but also Hagang will put in a lot of work. So let's just see how this game pans out.
Well, 24 speed lead for both players here. And here we go, guys. Round one. GAB versus MINISHINI, and we have Wedgette taking turn one.
That Artemill being built very slow, very tanky, and dealing tons of damage. But you're going to have to crit 10 times before he gains the full stack.
Exactly. So there goes that big second skill from Hagang. Glancing does get applied, of course, to the Juno, and Juno will gladly take those negative effects there. Big cleanse coming out from Velajewel, and a Despair Stun goes out to Sagat.
Very lucky Despair Stun. Very lucky Despair Stun again.
Indeed. We're going to see a little bit of attack bar pushback here potentially on the Gapsu. No, opting to just poke the Chandra.
Right now, GAB is looking to tunnel all his damage into either Velajewel or Artemill.
Oh man, MINISHINI was hoping for a defense break there so he can really take advantage of that cigar with Ada, but that's not going to happen there. Branding does apply on top of the Velajewel, but we have a hug coming out. This hug should be going on to cigar, and it is. Third skill comes out, looking for some slows and despairs.
All these debuffs are going to be turned into attack bar for Gapsu on MINISHINI's side.
Yes, it is. A little bit of damage runs right into that Velajewel. Chandra does get Despair Stunned up here. This is a lot of Despair Stuns coming out of Ada, so Ada actually performing pretty well right now. And I do like Wedgette going into the Juno, pushing back that attack bar as much as possible. Big third skills coming out here from Cigar. Goes right onto the Velajewel. Landing provokes across the field. Once again, Despair stunning up the Cigar.
Arda about to have 7 stacks, almost 10 stacks this Arda.
Yeah, he's really pummeling that damage, having that defense buff quite nice with an Ada. We do know, especially Thompson and I, the kind of damage Ada can bring to the table here.
Huge stun from the Gapsu. After the nerf, I feel like Gapsu almost never stuns anymore.
Right? I kind of feel that way as well. Ada, primed and ready. We've got some serious damage that can come out here. I do wonder if this is a crit damage build. I know we saw it on a slower build, so it may be on a crit damage build, but it looks like Juno seems to be that unit of focus right now.
100% a crit damage build. What I don't like about Arda, there's too many Despair units and stun units on the other end. Also, Cigar has a defense break, and it really nerfs Arda's efficiency.
Most definitely. I think we're going to see that second skill might come out here. Are we opting for more first skills? He is. He's really trying to push back the attack bar of that Juno. He doesn't want to see it get a turn here. Big Despair Stun. I'm sure that Juno does not mind at all. But we are going to lose a unit on the side of MINISHINI.
I honestly can't see a way for MINISHINI to come back from this game, especially because he didn't go for the ban on the Gapsu.
Yeah, Gapsu really is a problematic unit right now. It's gaining so much attack power, but it's also showcasing good damage with that second skill, and just, it's so tanky. How do you get rid of such a thick boy like Gapsu?
Well, as a Wedgeat user myself, if you see a Gapsu on the other end, there's almost no way to beat it.
Oh, man. I mean, even this Juno right now is showcasing plenty of damage to get rid of the tanky unit that's supposed to be really tanky. This Ada, but that defense break coming from the Cigar really puts a damper on what MINISHINI's trying to do here.
Did you notice Gapsu's attack bar on that last play when Wedgeat healed the Artemill?
Yeah, it was very bad. We've got this Gapsu taking way too many turns. Gab with a round 1 victory over MINISHINI.
A little slight mistake from MINISHINI, but I'm sure he could rebound back.
Well, let's see what's going to happen here. Those pre-bans from last time, Vivachill and Laura, they are now available as we get into round number 2. New pre-bans locking in here.
If I'm MINISHINI, I could actually consider not banning the Bella and going for the Hey Gang or Chandra pre-ban.
Let's see what he's going to do here, because we do have a lot of time in the pre-ban phase. There's a lot of thinking that can go through, and it looks like there's that Hey Gang. You wanted to see the Hey Gang banned. Hey Gang is going to be banned, but we have it on MINISHINI's side. We have a Julianne getting banned by Gab.
Now MINISHINI could consider taking the Cigar first pick or the Chandra first pick.
I do think those are really good first picks. I'm curious to see what MINISHINI is going to do here. And it is going to be Cigar in the form of Wind Bison. We know those are the same units here due to collab.
So he gave Gab the Chandra.
If he's going to take that here, we do have options. We could see the Chandra Veladriel come out from Gab.
It's probably going to be a Chandra Viva. Or Vela Chandra.
Yep, there it is. So we're breaking up the trio. Cigar on one side, Viva and Chandra on the other. Whew, that's going to be a issue. This is such a great unit. We're going to see that light puppeteer coming out with the Water Twin Angels.
Yeah. Now Gab could be considering Segment in the back pocket or Ethna as well.
I think so, exactly that as well. I think he needs to bring in those turn 1 interrupters. I think what we're seeing right now from MINISHINI is we're setting up for some really big damage here that will wrap up MINISHINI's draft. And we are going to see the 33 speed lead. It's going to be that Oliver. There's that Ethna, exactly like you said.
Great picks all around. No, MINISHINI actually do have a Tian Liang he could consider bringing out because there you go.
You nailed it. Like, he flashes the Tian Lang. He does bring the Tian Lang back. There is Laura. Yeah, Laura is very great. It's a very fast unit to help interrupt potentially this Ethna.
And the queen of RTA is out, Gianna.
Yeah, Gianna, what an incredible unit. It is very, very, very good in today's meta right now. So that's going to be it for MINISHINI's draft. Wraps up the Laura and Gianna. Gab with one last pick. Thompson, I have no clue what Gab needs right now.
Perfect pick is either Juno or Segment, and he's looking at a ban on the Gianna.
Oh, man, I think the Gianna does have to get banned out here. And I guess the Juno is going to be really, really great here. Banning out that Juno, that Gianna could be very beneficial, but we're going to see a Cigar ban. So Cigar gets banned out, and so does the Ethna.
Yes, Ethna is the only unit contesting speed on Gab side, so great ban on Ethna.
Well, there's a 33 speed lead for Gab and a 24 for MINISHINI. Definitely expecting MINISHINI to take that turn 1 with those very fast units.
He's going to have to really figure out how to deal with the Juno. Once the Juno is down, Gab's team will crumble.
See what happens. We're going to go with the 3-turn immunity, 3-turn attack buff. This is a lot of buffs here for Laura. Let's see what kind of additional damage. Let's see what kind of damage we're seeing from this Laura. 2.7, 2.8. Pretty good damage. Built on Violent. We're getting that additional turn. Does he take advantage of his opponent here, potentially stunning up this Oliver and Chandra?
That's a lot of buffs for Juno, not Laura.
Oh, very good point. Very good point. Juno has a lot to strip here. Are we setting up a defense break? What are we going to do here? And it looks like he is going to go for it. A little bit of attack bar. No attack bar pushback. Defense break does land. Can he do something about this Velajul?
Absolutely. Gianna's about to go to work. That's why we're talking about banning the Gianna.
Well, here's that Juno with that big skill. Lands absolutely every single strip. That's a lot of dots sitting on one side of the field. Beautiful additional turn coming out of this Velajul. Definitely. We cleansing everything. 3-turn immunity is up. We're setting up it and trying to set up a defense break onto that light puppeteer.
Actually, just by with that one turn, looks like Gab has stabilized.
He definitely did here. We're going to see a big second skill coming out on the Water Twin Angels. Gets the cooldown as well. Potentially looking at a Despair Stun, but it's just additional damage rolling into that Gianna.
Now, Gab just has a mark for death for Gianna, and once the Gianna is down, it's going to be a pretty easy win. Wow, triple Despair Stun.
That was wild. Triple Despair Stun goes out. Gianna's down. Laura's down. The water... Nope, I'm sorry. The Light Puppeteer is down. That was absolutely incredible to see that. Gets that cooldown reset on top of the Laura. More additional damage rolling into that Gianna. MINISHINI, 100% in a lot of trouble right now.
I'm more surprised about the AoE slow than the triple stun.
That is true. That's true. Every unit caught that slow there. You are right. That was very, very fortunate there for Gab. So boy, did he sustain here and really just put MINISHINI on the back foot immediately here. I mean, we've got third skill coming out, second skill, I'm sorry, with that stun coming from the Water Twin Angels. So definitely trying to keep himself alive in this match. But again, like, this Juno is going to be very problematic.
I have to give it to my boy Gab, and MINISHINI not drafting too well. He even got the Laura special, the skill 3 to skill 2.
I know, it was very fortunate that he started that match off like that, but definitely in a lot of trouble right now. Potential stun going out onto Laura, not receiving that stun there, but Oliver's primed, ready to just push back, lots of attack bar, landing all these resets here with a defense break coming out of Velajul, offering more sustain for Gab. Looking so good right now for Gab.
At this point, Oliver is just going to take over the match.
That's right. I mean, with the lack of immunity, Oliver really is such a powerhouse. Third skill's coming out there, looking at the highest attack bar. That is going to be the Water Twin Angels. Soaks up all that attack bar. He's going to be going next again, but we do have second skill coming out for this light Puppeteer.
Taking attack bar, but the biggest part is the skill 3 doesn't care about your violent procs anymore. You can violent proc all you want, you're not going to violent proc out a 2-turn cooldown.
Yep, that's right. And there you have it. Gab with a round 2 victory over MINISHINI.
This time, Gab has the first pick. He's going to get his Viva Child pre-ban. And MINISHINI, he can consider pre-banning a lot of units. I mean, Gab can pre-ban a lot of units. There's a Kavarchi or Gianna and Julian he can pre-ban.
Definitely. I'm not too sure he's afraid of any of those units. Potentially, he might go right back to that turn 1 again and pre-ban out the Laura. We'll see what Gab chooses to do if we're repeating that first match or not.
I disagree with the pre-ban Laura. I think Kavarchi and Gianna might be a better pre-ban. Only because there's a few units that Gab uses that could counter Laura pretty well.
Let's see what happens here. Let's see where these guys are at, where their heads at after already getting into 2 matches here. And it is going to be Laura again. We're going back to the first match. Viva is going to catch a pre-ban as well.
You're a monster, Stoic. You called it Laura pre-ban.
You know, there's just a rhyme and rhythm that comes with casting SWC that I felt like it was potentially going to be that round 1 again. But we'll see. We've got Cigar getting first picked by Gab.
I like Chandra Vela or Chandra Heigang here. Great picks.
Man, MINISHINI really relying on Wadjet and Velajul. How do you feel about Wadjet in MINISHINI's draft right now, seeing how his first 2 matches went?
Well, Gab is really trying to bait him to pick one more healing unit, and he has Gapsu in his back pocket. So MINISHINI has to bring a lot of damage because he knows that Gapsu is coming because it counters both Wedja and Velajul.
Now, I wonder if MINISHINI can kind of like bait that out and bring his own preparation, knowing a Gapsu's coming out there. Curious to see if that might happen here. Looks like Gianna and Julian might get drafted by MINISHINI.
Gianna was my pre-ban of choice. It's going to be very interesting watching how Gab is going to deal with Gianna, because Gianna's not that scared into Heigang as well.
No, not that scared indeed. I mean, Gianna, she's so good. She's so
The
good
GAB
right
suit is
now.
coming. The GAB suit is coming.
Oh, I wonder if he's going to slam it down. I mean, he's bringing back Hagang for the Gianna. I feel like he's showcasing he's still letting that Gianna through if he's going to do that. He's really debating what this last pick is going to be. And he may have run out of time. I'm not too sure, but Fire Monkey King is going to be that unit.
A very uncertain Fire Monkey King, a very uncertain Hagang. I'm sure he was dancing around his GAB suit, but decided not to pick it last minute. And he decided to bring more damage.
Yeah, I feel like I still want to see more damage out of MINISHINI right now. I don't know what I want as a last pick coming from him, but I do think Masha's really, really good right now. I think Chao's okay.
Absolutely. Chao's a force ban. But that also means a ban on the Hagang. So it's probably
I do think he's banning Hagang. I agree with you. So I think Hagang is going to get the ban. Let's see if Chao gets that ban here, because these guys have been a little unpredictable with the directions they're taking their bans in these matches here. So we're really using up the clock. I mean, this is SWC after all. If you've got time, use that time. Julien is going to catch another ban, and so is Saga.
Oh my god. How did Chao get through?
Well, Chao made it through, potentially looking at a match where MINISHINI can finally get a victory under his belt here, and we've got Wadjet kicking his draft off, so taking turn 1.
Chao looking like a Abyss level 10 boss right now for GAB to push through.
And that bomb's going to land for Gianna. Does land on that Fire Monkey King. That is the unit of focus right now. A little bit of skill 1 additional damage. It was at 1.1 or 1.7. I'm missing that second digit there. But it is damage nevertheless going into the Fire Monkey King. We could boost ourselves up here. But no, he's going for a defense break. He's setting up for some Chao damage.
Yeah, that monkey is dead. The Justice goes through Hug.
Yep, it definitely is, but I think he's going to try and heal himself up here, potentially set up a defense break for his team to utilize it, and he's going to go after that Gianna, not receiving that defense break either, and the Hug will come out. Does he choose to put it onto that Fire Monkey King, knowing? No, he's just going to go skill 3.
That's actually really intelligent.
Well, definitely, there's a lot of additional damage running into the Gianna there. Yeah, I agree completely. That Hug goes right out to the Juno, and he wants to protect this unit. Does drop that Gianna, but looking at these 3 units just going up against the Chao, it is not looking well for GAB.
This GAB Chandra must be built on max accuracy. I don't know how he lands AoE slow all the time.
I want to know. That's important information. I would like to hear this max accuracy or whatever it is. Did he go for the 100? Did he go for the 85? I have no clue. But landing the slows is just so incredible in ATA matches, and Chandra's been very consistent throughout these matches.
So MINISHINI has to push through full HP Chandra, and then Chao will just solo the rest.
Yeah, I believe that's what should happen here, but it looks like a nice Despair Stun goes out on Wadjet now. Does offer a little bit of sustain here coming from Wadjet, and of course the second skill from Veldril. So the sustain is there for MINISHINI, and I think we're lacking a little bit of sustain when it comes to GAB right now.
I thought going for the Hagang was a bad choice, but because of that proc, it became a great choice. Because, you know, Chandra has Hug next.
I know, that's very fortunate that he got that proc there, so nice little Despair Stun going out onto the Veldril. Let's keep in mind, the more units that drop, the harder that this Justice is going to hit. And it looks like GAB is really choosing to push out this Veldril, probably go for this Wadjet as well, and then honestly just rely on Chandra to bring the damage here.
Yes, but if you had to choose between killing a Hagang or killing a Chandra, you have to go kill the Chandra first, right?
I agree with you. Chandra really pumps with the first skill, but in the end, it's probably not going to matter. Look at this Justice damage. Look at these additional turns.
I understand. Chao is just a Giant's boss right now.
Hey, MINISHINI. He's on the board with a victory here, so he's not out just yet. I do think the ban is probably the answer here for GAB and where he should probably improve.
How did Chao get through?
Decisions were made, Thompson. Decisions were made. We've got those pre-bans. It's that Hagang and the Julian getting pre-banned in this round here. First pick's going out to MINISHINI. What do we think he's taking here?
Of course, it's going to be a Cigar. I would actually... Cigar is good, but it gives Gab Chandra. I don't know if MINISHINI wants to deal with Chandra.
Well, there it is. So we have the Cigar.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm kind of hoping we don't see the Widget anymore from MINISHINI. I don't know if you agree with that.
Now it leaves MINISHINI at an interesting spot. He doesn't have the Julian, but he has the Twin Angel and the Kavarchi.
Yep, and that looks like what he's going to be bringing in here. Now we have the Chandra Veladrul. We have a repeat of round 2 with Gab here, and it is going to be Oliver Ethna. These guys are very quick. They know exactly what they wanted to take here. Now, for MINISHINI to be so confident, we're just repeating round 2. Does that mean the bans are going to improve?
It's still going to be a Juno or a Sekhmet from here, and I think it's just going to be a run back. I would like to see the ban on Gianna, actually, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, let's see what happens. We do have a Win Robo being showcased by Gab. It is locked in here. So we've got bans coming out right now. Are we repeating a round 2, or let's see what happens. He banned out the Ethna.
Twin Angel ban. Yes.
Twin Angels and Win Robo getting banned out. Speed lead's coming out for Gab. That Ethna, that's a turn 1 Ethna, 100%.
Ethna's going to be getting the first turn, stunning up a unit. I like minus wind on my Gianna. Hopefully this Gianna has some minus wind.
Let's see. There's that big second skill comes out, lands that defense break on top of the Kavachi. Are we going to go for a third skill and try to drop the Kavachi here? We're about to find out and see what happens.
Of course the third skill is going on the Kavachi.
Holy! That's a lot of damage being showcased there by that Ethna. Third skill is available. Looking to strip the entire team of Gab. Not strip anything at all!
Not having a speed lead is really hurting MINISHINI at this point right now.
Oof, that is really, really rough there. Gab is looking phenomenal right now because Kavachi is definitely going to get dropped here.
Kavachi's going to be down, and he's going to figure out how to tunnel the rest of the damage into the Gianna.
So here's where Kavachi should be dropping here. It does drop that Kavachi. We have skills available, so we can get everybody stunned up, which is kind of important. MINISHINI trying to get some sort of change of wind here, so everybody is going to get stunned up.
That is a game-ending by the proc, because he's going to get stunned, he's going to get provoked, AoE pushback.
Yep, and here comes that third skill. So there's the AoE pushback, there's the provokes landing across the field, goes for the reset on top of the Chandra with additional damage rolling into the Ethna. There is, I was going to say, there's no true reason to use that second skill, but he really wants to land those slows, and that's exactly what he's going to be doing here. Gets a provoke on top of the Oliver. Here's that change of winds that we were talking about. We have additional bombs coming out here too.
Yes, Gianna's too much. Gianna keeps getting through the draft.
Wild, man. We get a round 4 victory for MINISHINI. We're going into a game 5.
Wild how Gianna keeps getting through.
I know, that's so crazy that they're doing that, but Hagang and Julianne, they are available as we get into round number 5. New pre-bans getting locked in now.
Stoic, are you serious? Do you think he's going to pre-ban Laura? He's going to pre-ban Gianna. Yeah, Gianna's the ban.
Yeah. That's exactly what's happening. So Gianna is going to catch the ban. Viva has been getting banned this entire time. So Viva once again getting banned out here. Gab with the first pick. Does he take the cigar away? It's exactly what he's going to do.
I would like MINISHINI to not go with the Wedget and go with the Chandra so he can take that unit away from Gab. Force Gab to pick either Sierra or Oliver.
We're back on the Widget. I don't know about you, Thompson. I think I'm tired of seeing Widget here for MINISHINI. I feel like there's some better options to open the draft up here. Maybe like Water Twin Angels Vela, potentially. But those are the 2 units he's picked, and he's on to the next 2 units.
Yeah, the Widget. MINISHINI probably invested a really great Swift set on Widget, so I could understand that as well.
There's Julianne and Hagang getting drafted. Gab with the Chandra and Juno here. Looking to respond to the Hagang in Julianne. I'm curious to see what Gab's going to wrap up his draft here. Maybe something a little different, because I love when they keep their opponents guessing what they could potentially bring.
Nothing different. It's going to be the Gapsu. We know that. It was very sure. And MINISHINI's got to ban the Gapsu this time. Great Doom and last pick by MINISHINI. 4 span
I
as
do
well.
like this. Yes, I couldn't agree more. I think that is a 4-span with that Doomon, the Doomon with the Curse of Death there, which would be fantastic for getting rid of this Gapsu. But I think I'm honestly in the wheelhouse of Gab right now.
Gapsu ban, Dooman ban. But also the Julian's going to counter the Bella pretty well. The skill 2 really hurts the Bella depending on how the game goes out. I still like the Dooman ban. I still like the Gapsu ban. Wow.
Wow. I can't believe that.
Gapsu
So we're going to get the
got
Dooman
through
ban. Yeah, I know Gapsu's coming through, and we do have a defense break, and we do have a lot of damage. So that could be what we need to help get rid of that Gapsu. We'll find out, guys. This is round number 5. This is who's going to be moving forward. Let's find out. Wajet with turn 1.
I was just saying that MINISHINI must have put a really great rune set on Wajet.
Yeah, I do believe that, because that is a very fast Wajet. We are setting up a defense break with this Juno, so Juno's going to be taking some serious damage. Oh, is that the additional turn to help finish off that Juno? MINISHINI with an early advantage.
Yes, Gapsu's gonna put in a lot of work along with Bella, but after that kill, I'm not sure anymore.
I know, because if he can set up a defense break, he's able to really take advantage of this Gapsu. So let's see what happens here, because I think we might be just dropping a Bella here. It's probably a very easy unit to kill. Gets 50%ed just like that and stunned up.
Yeah, there's not much healing going on in MINISHINI's side, so Gapsu's not getting many turns right now either.
Yep, we've got a first skill happening here, looking for a little bit of attack or pushback, potentially getting that Despair Stun is what he was looking for. I think you should probably take out or even just boost up your team. Nope, he is going to take out that Bella. Dropping units, always a good idea.
Yeah, now it's just 4 against 2. These 2 units are meant to be support units and not carry, so they cannot come back.
100% here. So he needs a lot here. So he is trying to push up his team. A little bit of damage goes out. Obviously, the Veladril is looking a little low right now, but there still is sustain on the side of MINISHINI.
Well, even lands an armor break on Chandra. When everything goes bad, everything goes bad.
Yeah, this is crazy. And there you have it. Round 5 goes to MINISHINI.